The first time Maya dreamed of the house, she thought it was strange. By the fifth night, she was terrified. It always began the same way. A long, winding road cutting through a forest shrouded in mist. The air smelled damp, and the sound of her own footsteps echoed unnaturally loud. At the end of the path stood the house, an ancient, crumbling manor with broken windows that seemed to watch her approach. The door was always ajar, a sliver of darkness beckoning her inside. Each night, she went a little further. The first time, she only reached the porch before waking up drenched in sweat. The second night, she stepped into the foyer, where shadows slithered along the walls like living things. By the third night, she had climbed the creaking staircase, her heart pounding with every step. Last night, she reached the attic. The attic door was a gaping black maw, and something waited for her inside. She could feel it. But just as she reached out to open it, the dream ended abruptly, leaving her gasping for air. Maya couldn't shake the feeling that it wasn't just a dream. She felt different when she woke up, sluggish, her chest heavy, like the house had taken something from her. She started avoiding sleep, staying up late with the TV blaring, but exhaustion always won. The house was waiting for her. On the sixth night, something changed. This time, the dream began in her apartment. She was standing in her living room, the hum of the refrigerator the only sound. She looked out the window, and there it was, the house impossibly perched in the empty lot across the street. Maya stumbled backward, her breath catching in her throat. "No," she whispered. The door to her apartment slammed shut. She turned, her heart racing, and saw a shadow dart across the hallway. A child's laughter echoed faintly, sending chills down her spine. "Maya." The voice was a sing-song whisper, drifting through the air like smoke. She turned toward the kitchen, where the voice seemed to be coming from. The light flickered ominously, and she caught a glimpse of a figure in the reflection of the fridge door. A girl, her face pale and her eyes wide, stood in the corner. "Who are you?" Maya demanded, her voice shaking. The girl tilted her head, her lips curling into a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "You're almost there," she said. Maya woke up with a scream, her heart hammering against her ribs. But something was wrong. Her apartment was cold, colder than it should have been, and the smell of damp wood filled the air. She glanced at her hands and froze. They were covered in dirt. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. She grabbed it, her fingers trembling, and saw a message from an unknown number. "Come back. You're not done." Maya's breathing was shallow as she stared at the dirt on her hands, her mind racing. The message on her phone glowed ominously in the dark room. "Come back. You're not done." Her gaze darted to the window, half expecting to see the house still standing in the lot across the street. But it was gone. The empty space mocked her, leaving only questions and fear. Was she awake? Or was this just another layer of the nightmare? Before she could process, the shadows in the corners of her room began to shift, creeping closer. The girl's sing-song voice echoed once more. "You can't escape. You never really wake up." The screen of her phone flickered to life, and instead of her reflection, she saw the house. The attic door swinging open, something dark and twisted lurking just out of sight. A single line of text scrolled across the screen. "We're waiting." Maya let out a strangled cry as the lights in her room went out, plunging her into darkness. Did this story send chills down your spine? For more spine-tingling tales of horror, mystery, and thrillers, like, share, and subscribe to Thrill Up Shorts, your portal to the darkest corners of the imagination. Hit the bell icon to never miss a story that keeps you up at night.